Hi all. Jen here to do the weekly energy forecast for April 30th through May 6th, 2023. Last week's energy was very, very strong in the idea of past things from the past that are keeping us, holding us back from where we want to go, from what we want to do. Particularly these, almost the image of these like long fingers of the past holding onto your back and kind of pulling you backwards into the same kinds of behaviors or belief systems, patterns, those kinds of things that have kept you in a place where you don't like it and it doesn't feel good, and yet having trouble releasing those things in order to see what comes next. So that was the energy, was really a lot of that sort of past idea of saying let go of some of those things because it's time to step through a new doorway into something that is going to fit you better, and to really let you sort of enjoy things in a different kind of a way. So very interesting energy there. A lot of past things have a tendency to be related to things that we experienced or learned when we were quite young, or potentially in a past life. Some sorts of things that we learned a long time ago that sort of have stuck with us, kind of at an energetic level. So this week's energy is a little bit similar in that it's the idea of sometimes it can be really challenging to step into something that feels much more aligned with ourselves if it goes in the face of what we have always done, particularly related to the idea of our community. So our family, our friends, the people that we sort of hold dear to us. If we suddenly shift who we are and what we're doing to something that's more in alignment because we've been essentially wearing a mask and doing the things we thought we were supposed to do, that can be really jarring for the people that are in our lives. And some people will learn to adjust to those things, and some people won't. And so it can cause a lot of friction and whatnot. Now, this week's energy doesn't really feel like it's totally focused on the idea of focusing on the relationship piece, but more really looking at what are the components of your community or your relationships to them that may be keeping you from letting yourself sort of shine the way you want to in this particular life that you're living right now. The first thing I saw when I was shuffling the cards was a mask. One of those, I don't even know what kind of mask it is. It's really creepy smile, white mask with a really creepy smile, and just that whole mask idea that there's this mask wearing that's happening, that kind of an energy of hiding. And so, that idea came along with then this connecting with my community, the Liberate energy, and how do we go about doing that in a way that allows us not to wear the mask, because I think what happens is we learn a lot of things about what we think we're supposed to do from other people, and so we construct our lives on those things that we learned, but yet we're wearing a mask because those things don't feel good to us. They don't feel like they're actually true for us. And of course we've got third eye chakra with the sensing system again, which has been coming up a lot lately, about you may be doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, in terms of being a responsible adult and living your life in the world that you're in and the community that you're in, but your sensing system keeps telling you, I don't feel good. Something doesn't feel good to me. And that sort of unsettled, I used to call it restless. I always felt restless, like I couldn't, something was not there, and I kept wanting to go out and find it in something. And so it's that sort of a feeling of this something doesn't fit right, it doesn't feel good, there's something that's not here. It's that kind of an energy that shows up when we're ready to kind of get to know ourselves, who we are, sort of the truth of us, and we're ready to share that out with the world. But we have to kind of navigate, how do I do that in relationship to the life I have built and the people that are in it, and the things that I'm doing, that I built that life on. How do you sort of transition out of that into something that feels more aligned? So that's sort of the energy that we're working with this week, and it's coming through on all levels. The other two cards I pulled, again, I got the shifting energy card is obedience to authority, meaning I stop being obedient to what other people want me to do or be, and I start stepping into my own authority and doing things from that place of what feels right to me and what feels like it's a fit for me. So that energy kind of plays into all of this of needing to explore that piece and needing to take the mask of obedience off of, oh, I'll just do this because other people say I should and that makes life easier, right? But that's still the mask. And saying, I'm going to step away from that mask, I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to step into my own authority and follow what feels right in terms of that. And then the other card I pulled is in this deck, to be honest with you, I'm not sure if it's the Queen or King of Pentacles, but it doesn't matter. It's sort of the same kind of an idea of all this earth around this crown. And to me, this talks about, and the Queen and King of Pentacles very much talk about our earthly life and about pleasure and enjoyment and enjoying the experience that we're having in this physical life and in our physical bodies, that kind of an experience. So, I look at this card and I think this is all of this energy this week is talking about, yes, we want to figure out who we are and we want to engage with spirit and our souls to do that. But a large part of the reason why is so that we can just enjoy the life that we have here now and have a good time with that. There's a lot of spiritually related things that kind of encourage the idea of disassociation, going out of your body and that's the only real place to be. And I am not of that mindset. I'm much more of the mindset of we're in our human bodies and we're on this physical planet and for a reason. And so kind of figuring out how to enjoy that opportunity, I guess. So an interesting week that's going to be pushing the buttons a little bit around exploring, if we're wearing the mask, how do we release that? And, how do we just focus on enjoying the life that we're living now? And the only way we can really do that is to step out and live in the truth of who we are so that we're fully comfortable in our bodies, in the actions that we're taking, in even the relationships that we're a part of, because this process does tend to shine light on those relationships that we use to sort of from a need-based perspective. We've engaged in certain relationships in order to fill a need that we thought someone else had to fill for us. And as you journey to get to know yourself a little bit better, you learn that you don't actually need other people to fill those things. You can do it for yourself, and some of those things will start to fall away. So that can be challenging, but all of it is sort of in this process of coming into your own and enjoying your authority to live life the way that it feels right to you and to have fun with it. So we'll see. There may be a little bit of a lightness energy to this week, but it's still kind of that releasing anything that's holding you back from the past. It still has a bit of that energy as well. So, okay, that's the energy forecast for April 30th through May 6th, 2023. Thank you for listening, and I wish you a good journey. Bye.